All right, and we're live. Thank you all. Thank you all. Where's the cheers? All right, how awesome. How awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's enough. That's enough. Please. Please. Oh, look, there they come again. All right.
All right, quiet down.
Oh, there you go. Finally. All right. All right. So hopefully when we put this footage up, it's not going to have that. We're not going to have any connection issues.
It's so dry.
All right. We're going to. All right. JV's seen the footage, but okay.
No, I've only seen like 2 minutes of it.
All right. I want to give the, what do you call it? What happened before?
No, I want to watch the video.
No. Let me explain why this.
No context.
Why this even? No context.
Just watch and see for yourself.
Yeah. Well, let me explain the context. Like, let me explain what happened was we were playing music in my garage, and somebody called the cops. And do you know what? Whoever called the cops
Well,
was
before that, you probably should say what happened.
Yes. Where the guy
neighbor?
drove up.
Yeah,
What?
your neighbor.
My neighbor drove by and he was like, "Could you guys what do you keep it down?" That's like the worst sound to have on a podcast, JB. Damn. All right, let me see. Where's my laugh effect? All right. But yeah, so my neighbor drove by and he said, "Could you guys lower down?" And so I'm thinking in my head, I'm going to tell him, well, is there anything specifically you want to lower down? Like maybe the bass or the drums are too loud or something, you know what I mean? Like just, but as I'm thinking, I'm realizing, well, that's kind of a dumb question because if he doesn't know, I don't know, if he's not familiar with music, he's not going to know what to tell me is, like, oh yeah, could you bring down the mids or I don't, whatever. So I took that little bit of delay and I told him like, yeah, no, sure, we'll lower it down. But I think he took it offensively that I waited that long, and no, that's why. Okay, see, Steve's chiming in, and so is Santos as well, and he said, cause fuck, and then took off, and like you didn't need to do that, you know what I mean? Like you didn't need to add that little like, cause fuck, man. What you don't need to be a douche about it.
It's you. I think you just started.
No, but that's why. But look, I gave him the benefit of the doubt because that little delay I had in responding to him could have came off like a little passive aggressive, like
For sure.
Okay, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, whatever.
It could have came off wrong. Whatever.
You came off as like punk rock.
Skate or die, dude.
Like,
and he had a big ass truck. Sure. And he kept driving by over and over again. Like, dude, come on, man. Don't Don't act like a girl. Man.
Like he kept driving by.
He kept driving by, yeah, after he told us to bring it down.
Why?
We did our best. We actually did bring it down afterwards. Okay, long story short, this all happened because of a noise complaint, okay? This only happened because of a noise complaint. And this is a testimony. I just want to, I want to make this very clear. I'm not anti-cop. I'm not anti-authority, all of these things. But however, like the reason why I'm showing this video is because I think the sentiment still remains. I think it's very important that people not hate cops. I hope
this cop was watching this.
That people not hate cops, but also try to hold cops accountable for what they are. You're a public servant, man. Like you're supposed to be on our side, and you're supposed to like. You can see I'm not a criminal. I'm not doing anything like I'm not saying F you.
No,
or
you
all
look
this
like
stuff.
a criminal.
Oh, whatever. Like and regardless, you're supposed to serve us. And so that's why if I'm doing something wrong. Then then I'll stop. But whatever, we'll see it on there. And no, it wasn't San Benito. We'll see right now. I'll bring up the footage. I'll raise it a little bit, and
Where's my beer?
I might lower it. You have your right. Exactly. I have my rights, and I should be respected for it. But you'll see in the video. I make that 100% clear, and so that's why I want to come up because I think we actually ended the conversation pretty well. I think when me and him, when we ended our interaction,
y'all became friends.
I don't think so. Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but
damn it.
But it did end a little bit positive, yeah. And this is a 30-minute video, and in my opinion, I think it gets better as it goes on. But that's just my opinion. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Was there anything you want to say before we start?
No.
All right, let's get started. All right, here you go. This is.
Didn't get arrested.
Yeah, let me just make sure I have it linked properly. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, well here we go. All right.
Oh.
Hey, for 23. It's going. You know why I'm here?
Hey, really quick, let me just before we get into the interaction, I just want to point out that the number one thing a cop will do when they interact with you is they'll ask you a question to incriminate yourself. And the first thing that they'll ask, like if they pull you over while speeding, do you know how fast you were going? They're saying that so you can incriminate yourself. When we got there, and I don't know if he said it already or not, but they always start off with a question. And so like, I just wanted to, every time they do that, I'll answer back with a question because I'm not going to incriminate myself. I didn't do anything wrong, bro. Okay. Never mind. We're going back to the video. Sorry.
Huh?
Is there a problem?
Yeah.
What's going on? Too loud?
The music. Yeah,
It's too loud?
too loud. So
What are like the decibel?
there is no decibels.
Just if someone complains or something?
No. So basically, there is no amplified music allowed in the city of Primera unless I believe there's a permit for it.
No amplified.
No
Music
amplified
at all?
music. No.
Oh wow! But there's no decibel level or anything. Like
No, sir.
what's like what? I don't know. What constitutes like amplified music?
Any music that's by any means amplified.
Even if it's like inside property, inside.
Even if it's inside, if it's heard by anybody else and somebody complains, then there's a problem. So somebody complained, so there's a problem.
Oh, okay. And there's no like.
24/7.
So there's no like decibel requirement or anything like that would constitute it under like amplified music.
It just says, the city ordinance says any amplified music.
Yeah, because like if I was listening to like a stereo and then if people could hear it, then like technically they could call you and
Yep.
I would have to turn. Like if I was just listening to music by myself and people would just hear it, but it wasn't loud, right?
Yeah, as long as it bothers them and they complain about it, then yeah.
I can't imagine that. Is there like yeah, because I don't want to give you a hard time, I really don't. But like, is there some type of
ordinance number?
Yeah, ordinance number assigned to where we can see it? Yeah, 'cause
Thanks,
that's
Steve.
I can't imagine that. I really can't.
Okay, for that one, I don't know the exact ordinance number,
Yeah.
but I just know that there is an ordinance.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, you can contact the police
Yeah,
department.
because
And
I believe you there's an ordinance, but it's just, I don't know, it seems so subjective.
who's the owner?
I'm the owner, yeah.
Okay, can I have the first name?
Mickey,
How do you spell that?
Here's where it all goes bad.
like the mouse?
Mike.
Yeah.
M-I-K?
MICKY.
Yeah.
And your last name?
Gonzalez?
Date of birth?
My date of birth?
Yeah.
I'd rather not give it out, to be honest. I'm sorry, I don't want to give you a hard time.
Okay, I got called out.
Yeah, no,
So-
I understand. I'm not trying to give you a hard
Okay,
I swear I'm
failure
not
to
trying give you-
identify.
See, this is where he starts raising his voice at me, like just like
you're
that.
laughing at him.
No, not even. I'm trying to give a friendly face and say that, like, look, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. Like, I'd rather not give that information. Like, so that's why, like, just like that. That's all.
Right away, dude.
That's all I had to say. And just like that, it got escalated. No, right? Okay, messed up. All right, here we go. Patronizing. Screw you guys. Whatever.
Then there's going to be a problem, okay?
Well, like failure to identify is a secondary charge.
Let me go back a little.
Like failure to identify is a secondary charge for, like, especially if it's like arrest.
I'm here for a city ordinance.
Yeah, but that's, so I'm required. Okay. So,
Yes.
So by law, I'm required to
Yes.
give you my name and date of birth.
To identify.
No, but that's why. Okay. So by law.
You see how he's not being 100% clear? Like, by law, am I required to give you my name and date of birth to identify? Like, no, just directly answer the question. By law, am I required to give you my name and date of birth? Okay, no big deal. Let's continue.
So by law, I'm required to give you my name and date of birth.
I thought it was only if
Yes.
you were going to arrest them or
No.
possible arrest.
I'm here. I need to do a report.
Yeah.
I need to identify.
Yeah.
You said you were the owner, right?
Yeah.
What's the problem? Like,
Well, this is my house. I don't have to, like, that's why, look, I swear I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I swear I'm not. But, so, like, if I don't give you my name and my date of birth, am I in trouble?
yes?
Well, but like, so, I don't know, are you going to write me a ticket for failure to identify? Am I going to get arrested? What's going to go on?
So basically, you can get arrested?
I can get arrested?
Yeah.
All right, so I just want to get it all on I just want to get it on the record. I want to get
All
it
right,
clear.
so why don't you do me this favor?
I promise I'll give you
Do me
my-
this favor. Go
Yeah.
ahead and put your guitar and go ahead and go over here and talk to me over here. Okay?
Why can't I talk to you in my house?
I'm telling you something. Okay?
I know you're telling. Hey,
Just
pull
do
out
it.
your phone so that way this goes
Just
on
do
the
it.
record.
Just do it.
No, but okay. Look, if you're threatening me, if I don't go. out
I'm
and
not
talk to
threatening you.
No. If I don't, calm down.
I'm not threatening
I'm
you.
not trying to escalate things. Calm down.
It's already escalated, man. It's real simple. It was real simple. I'm here
Look.
because they called. I got dispatched.
Yeah, it's on.
I got dispatched.
No, I understand.
Okay?
I understand. Look,
Well, then
let's
all we
escalate,
need
please.
to do a report is your name, date of birth, and your phone number is optional if you want to give it.
Look, if you say, if you don't give me your name and your date of birth, or if you don't walk out, or if you don't come out and talk to me, then I'm going to arrest you, then I'll go out there, no problem. Just say it
No.
on camera that if
I have my camera on.
you have your camera on?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So that's why. If I don't go out here and talk to you, if I don't give you my name and my date of birth, will you arrest me?
Yes.
Okay. Then fine, no problem. I'll go out there, I'll give you my name and my date of birth. All right, that's what I'm saying. Look, we don't need to escalate things. It's okay, man.
You escalated things by yourself.
Relax. It's
You escalated things by yourself.
Let's not point fingers, man. Okay, I'm just saying. Look, it's okay. I just want.
There was
I
no
just-
problem. You could have been here playing your music
Look-
at a lower volume,
but
and
how low?
nobody would have had no problem
Well,
with it.
what's the volume then? What volume do I have
Look,
to?
I'm serious, okay?
Okay, so
Too bad Mickey doesn't have kids because he would just be
Then I would be
that dad like
I'd be in a lot of trouble.
more trouble.
Okay, so this isn't the end of it, but like I just want to, give some clarity for everything that's going on. Right. He's like, I'm telling you to do something. Well, I know you're telling me
He
to do
sounded like
something.
he was talking to you like as if you were his child.
Exactly, dude. And so how common is that for police to tell people that? And by the way, Jake, it was a noise complaint. Somebody called that we were making too much noise when we were playing music. So yes, we were too punk rock for the burbs, as Santos says it. He says it somewhere. There you go. We were too punk rock for the burbs. Okay. So that being said, okay, he's like, I'm telling you to do something. Well, I know you're telling me to do something. Like, listen to what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, am I legally required to do this? Is it so hard to just clarify
He's
that?
like, just tell me you're gonna arrest me. And he's like, yes.
Yeah, okay, and that's why at first he said no, right? I asked him that same exact question, and he said, no, I'm not going to say it. And I said, look, just say it in front of the camera, and I'm bringing.
I have my camera.
I'm bringing Steve into this. I told Steve, Steve, start recording. And
Hey,
so
Steve, check this out.
I thought I would have saw him with his phone, but he was walking around. I told him, like, hey, Steve, like,
No,
could
he
you
put it like on his chair.
Yeah, he put it on dude. Steve's such a pro. Props to Steve. Yeah, props to Steve. He's such a pro. He was already recording, had it on a tripod and everything. We always have a tripod ready during practice. And so, no, Steve did a great job of recording right away. Like I said, this isn't it. There's more on there. And we're going to continue on. But, okay, like I said, so that was the issue. I also want to clarify something else. Look, and this is something that's going to bother me. I'm not a skinny person. I've gained weight. Look, I have body fat, okay? But
this picture is not fair.
This video makes me look fatter than what I look. And let me just explain why really quick. It was a really hot day. And what happened was my beautiful wife, she did me a favor. And she said, well, I think what I can do is...
Big boy.
She's like, I've seen it with guys with suits that they have little pockets in their suits and they put ice packs in them. So my beautiful loving wife sewed some pockets inside of my shirt and she put ice packs in it. So look, I'm not a skinny person, but
those are ice packs.
They're ice pack. That's why I look way bigger than I actually am. Okay,
dude, look at your face.
Okay, there's nothing I can do with my face. My face is what it is.
No, it's that angle, dude. It's a bad angle.
All right, but that's the only thing I wanted to clarify, or I will continue with the video.
Well, volume then. What volume do I have
Look,
to?
I'm serious, okay?
I'm not kidding.
Okay,
I'm not joking around.
I already told you like 3 times.
Yeah. What's the volume?
You didn't understand? I told you like 3 times.
Look, I'm
the
sorry,
first
look,
time I
yeah.
told you, no amplified music.
Yeah.
Is your music amplified?
100% it's
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, come here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't know
Hey, look.
Yeah.
The reason I brought you over here is I don't need to talk to them. Okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
They don't need to talk to me.
Okay.
You're the homeowner, right? You identified as the
I was the only
homeowner?
one that was talking to you.
Okay. No, he was talking too. And the
okay.
only one that wasn't talking is that gentleman in the back. He
Yeah.
was minding his own business.
Okay.
And that
Let me point out, Santos may have been the only not sober person there. And he may have been not complying with the law fully. So that's the person who kept his mouth shut when the cop came.
It sounded like he was getting ready to arrest Steve too.
That's why when the cop came, Santos was the one who kept his mouth shut because he may have not been in full compliance with the law. But all
But that's
all
the guy.
power to
That's
him.
the guy that the cop likes.
That's the guy that the cop likes. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Man. I ain't gonna say nothing. All right. Sorry.
that's it.
Well, that's fine. They could,
All right.
like, that's why they could talk. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I'm really not. Look, I'm trying to ask you, like, these are honest questions. right? I don't want to break the law.
If you would have told me, sir, how about if you find out
yeah,
about the city ordinance
yeah,
for the amplified music,
yeah.
and you come back and get back to me, wouldn't that been better thing?
Wait, let me just make sure I understand. Okay, so if I would have gone back, figured out about the city ordinance, and come back to you, then that would have been fine.
No.
Or if I would ask you to
If you would have
find out
asked
about
me,
the city ordinance.
you know what? Can you tell me exactly what the city ordinance is? And I would have said,
I
hey,
did ask
you know
you
what?
that.
Let me go get that paper.
It's all on
and I'll
camera.
bring
I asked
and I'll
you
go
that.
and I'll go and bring it to you.
Yeah.
That way you have a copy.
Do you-
that way you already know.
Listen, look, Officer Diaz, I would love for you to do that. I swear, that's what I'm saying. I'm asking all these questions because I don't want to break the law.
You see me putting my hand on my heart? That's a de-escalation tactic. That's what I do. I put my hand on my heart so they know I'm
He's
sincere.
going for a gun.
So they,
That's not an ice pack, dude. That's a gun holster.
I'm serious, dude. That's a de-escalation tactic. It shows that I'm sincere, and I look. You love me. You know, I'm a good guy. Yeah, this is my copy, Vanessa. Yeah, and they didn't take out any of my personal information from there, so I had to do it myself. So yeah, here we go.
I don't want to break the law. I don't want to do anything that's wrong. I don't want to get in trouble, all this stuff. That's why I'm asking you these questions. I'm not asking you these questions to give you a hard time or all this stuff. And that was the very first thing, that was the main thing I was asking you. Like, okay, well, what's the ordinance for what constitutes amplified music? Because you just said it right now. If you'd have kept it at a lower volume, then we wouldn't have a problem. What volume
Yes.
is it? Like,
Yes.
help me out. Help me help you.
No, you need to help yourself. Okay.
No. Let's. Okay. Look, you're the public servant. You're the one saying that if I don't do this.
You need to put your music at a level where you and your friends can hear it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't bother the neighbors.
Okay.
Then you wouldn't have had no problem.
Okay,
okay.
but what?
As soon as it bothers the
what is that
neighbors,
level? But that's why, like, what is that level?
there is no decibel levels. Okay.
Okay, look.
I can come and tell you by any amplified music. If I'm traveling on the street and I
Yeah.
can hear the music,
Yeah.
then I'm legally able to stop and tell you because of that city ordinance that's not allowed.
Okay, so there's no decibel level in the statute or anything like that.
And the city ordinance.
In the
There's no
city
statute.
ordinance,
City ordinance.
there's no decibel level
Your date of birth,
requirement for. Okay, just make it clear. Okay, if I don't give you my date of birth, you're gonna arrest me. I want to make that clear because I don't want to give you my date of birth. But if you're saying it, look, if you don't do it, I'm gonna arrest you. Then I'll give you my date of birth, no problem. I don't want to get in trouble, but I also don't want to give you my date of birth. I'm sorry. I don't want to give you a hard time.
Okay.
If you threaten to arrest me, I'll give you my date of birth in a second. I swear. That's all I'm going to swear.
So I'm gonna write you a citation for the loud music because I heard
come on. Because is that retaliation for me not giving you my ID? Come
Look,
on, come on. I'm
now I'm
telling
gonna
you,
give
I'm
you
trying
two.
to help you out.
it. Okay. Now it's gonna be 2.
What's the
because
second one?
I already told you. You need to identify. I'm just here because of the loud music. Okay.
Yeah.
So when I asked you to identify, you failed.
I said I would give it to you. Come on.
You still haven't given it to me.
But that's why look. Okay, look. Fine. Look, if you're saying that if I don't give you my date of birth, you're gonna write me a ticket. I'll give you my
I'm
date of
still
birth.
gonna write you a ticket,
Oh, okay. Well, then what's the purpose then?
and I still need your date of birth.
Wait, so I don't get it. So what's gonna happen if I don't give you my date of birth? Because I already got the ticket.
Well, then you're just gonna keep on piling more tickets.
What are the other? Well, come on, dude. Look, you're supposed to be a public servant. You're supposed to be on my side. Come on, I'm trying to help you out, but
Look, Mr. Gonzalez.
But you can respect that I want some type of privacy, right? Is there any respect for my privacy? You're a public servant.
sir,
You're supposed to be helping me out.
Somebody,
buddy.
one of your neighbors,
Yeah,
heard the
and-
music
look.
and they complained.
Yeah, that's why. Hey,
There's a
look,
problem
these are my
there.
neighbors too. I'm on their side. I don't
Okay.
want to bother them.
So you're gonna give me your date of birth or not?
Oh my god. Okay. Under because I'll give my date of birth. All right, but I really do feel like I'm being
Is this record or drive?
uh, come on. I just really wish I felt like you were on my side. Look, and I'm trying to help out my neighbors too. I don't want to bother my neighbors. I mean, come on, you respect your own privacy. Like, you enjoy your privacy. You don't want people to,
You
be
have a
asking
phone
you
number,
for
sir?
stuff like-
That you want to provide for the
I'd rather
citation?
not, honestly.
That sounds good to
If
me.
I get in trouble, like, yeah, sure, I'll give it to you. But dang, man, I like I said,
You have a driver license?
yeah, I have a driver's license. Yeah.
Okay. It's a Class E.
Yeah.
All right. So now, date of birth.
Redacted.
What are the 2 tickets for? One's for failure to identify and the other one's for the noise complaint?
I'm not gonna give you for failure to identify because you did identify.
Okay.
Right now, when I asked you, you identified. If you wouldn't have told me your date of birth, then yeah, I would have cited you for it. Failure to identify, disobeying a police officer.
Disobeying a police officer, that's a...
All of them are Class C citations, unless there's a crime above a Class C. Then you can get arrested for it.
Just stacking tickets.
But anytime that a police officer stops with you, has a legitimate reason to stop, like the loud music, then we need your name and date of birth. You don't want to provide us with an ID. You technically don't have to because you don't have it on you. But as far as identifying yourself with your name and date of birth, then yes, we need that information.
So if I wouldn't have given you my name and date of birth, you would have arrested me for real or what?
That is an arrestable offense, sir. Okay? We don't have a jail.
The what?
What's that? It's a pocket.
Yeah, it's a pocket.
So we don't have a jail.
And then guys is going for it.
Jail right now.
Yeah. That's why, look, I'm not trying to give you guys a hard time. I'm not trying to give anybody a hard time. I just want to understand it so that way I'm not hurt.
Actually, I want to hear that
That's
again.
why,
What
like,
is
think
that?
about it, right? Like,
Is that a pocket? Let me hear that again.
That's a gun.
that's why, look, I'm not trying to give you guys a hard time. I'm not trying to give anybody a hard time. I just want to understand it so that way I'm not hurt.
Definitely.
That's why, like, think about it, right? Like, any amplified music.
Where is it? Where did I?
Complain
shoot.
and
Yeah.
then, like, I'm gonna get in trouble.
You as well.
But-
You
yeah,
hear
but
loud
that
music
doesn't
from
mean
my
your
ice
neighbors
pack.
and, oh, hey, let me call it. They
Yeah,
don't let
that
me
just-
sleep.
well, what I'm,
Oh, actually, no, I
what
missed
I'm trying to
it.
say-
You hear
but
loud
that
music?
doesn't mean you could, that way I'm not. That's why, look,
So we don't have a jail, so I can't place you in jail.
Oh,
It's a
wait, here it
pocket.
comes.
yeah, it's a pocket.
So we don't have a jail, so I can't
That's my
place
ice
you-
pack.
It's a pocket.
Yeah, it's a pocket.
So we don't have a jail.
The what?
What's that? It's a pocket.
Yeah, it's a pocket.
See, I told you
So
I'm
we
not
don't have a
lying.
jail, so I can't place you in jail right now.
It looks like a holster.
Shut up.
That's why, look, I'm not trying to give you guys a hard time. I'm not trying to give anybody a hard time. I just want to understand it so that way I'm not hurt. Because that's why, like, think about it, right? Like, any amplified music, any neighbor could complain and
Yes,
then, like, I'm gonna get in trouble.
you as well.
But-
You
yeah, but
hear
that-
loud
that
music
doesn't
from
make
your
it
neighbors
right.
and, oh, hey, let me call it. They
Yeah,
don't
but
let me
that-
sleep.
Well, what I'm trying to say is, like, if I had a stereo, I was listening to music. You know, when I exercise, I listen to music and I have it, I have the garage open. It's not crazy loud, but is that something I could get in trouble for just because it's amplified past,
They literally don't have a jail. So I don't know. I don't know how they work that out, but that's what he was telling
You
me.
should have found out.
If they arrest me, I don't know what they're gonna do with
You
me.
should have gone. You should have gone arrested just to see, like, where do you go? Like,
Shut up, JV.
Look, sir,
Yeah.
usually we'll come and tell you,
Yeah.
all right, keep your music down,
Yeah.
all right? Keep it to where you guys can hear it.
Yeah, and that's
And that's it.
100%. Yeah, no.
And we
just-
we get your name and information and we'll go do a report. And if you want to pick up that report Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or
Yeah.
Thursday, then you feel free to pick it up.
I understand what the
Okay.
protocol is, but what I'm saying is that it has to be tied to an actual legal, like standard. It can't just be subjective. Like it can't just be that subjective, right? I don't know. That's why you helped me out. Help me understand it. That's the whole thing that was going on. I was trying to ask you questions. Right? It has to be. There has to be some type of objective standard.
As soon as I told you,
Yeah.
provide me with your date of birth.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm not gonna provide that.
I said, look, if you're threatening to arrest me, if I don't give you my ID, then yeah, sure, I'll give you my ID, no problem. I'll give you anything you want. So I don't know. I just I respect that cops come here all the time. I respect the cops, they say hi, I talk to them. you know, I get to know them, but I don't know, just because somebody called, you know what I mean? Like, I still think that, I'm a citizen, you're a public servant, that, we should be a little more rapport, talk
If you
to each
see me as
other.
a public servant, sir,
Yeah.
then what would be the reason not to want to give me your date of birth? If
Here we
I'm
go.
just gonna do a report.
Well, that's why I don't have look, if I legally don't have an obligation to, then it's my right. Then it's my right, and not only
Look,
that, but it's
let me
your
tell you how
responsibility to uphold my right.
That legal responsibility goes.
Yeah.
Okay. If I'm not called here at all whatsoever,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
and I stop like I am now,
Yeah.
okay, no lights on,
Yeah.
and I make contact with you. Hello, sir. How are you guys doing today? Everything good? Blah blah blah. Hey, everything's good, sir. Hey, what are you guys playing? What do you guys play? Whatever.
Yeah.
Just regular talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what.
Then
I
you
feel
don't
like
have to give me your name
isn't
or
that
your
what
date of birth.
Isn't that what we're doing? We're talking. We're fine. No big deal.
No, I'm legally stopped here.
Yeah.
I got my lights on.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not little. Those are big lights. Okay.
It is what it is. So
I'm trying to,
I came over here because I have a responsibility. Like you're saying, you're a public servant. I'm not serving you right now per se,
no, you're
but
not
I'm
serving me
serving
right now,
another person that called 10-4-3.
I mean, I'm serving you with the ticket.
Like, no, you're a public servant to every citizen here, and that's a good thing. I'm not even saying that in a, just, like, in a bad way.
You think that I want to stop here and have like a battle of why you should identify?
Look, we're on the same side, okay? I don't want to bother my neighbors. I don't want to break the law. I don't want to do anything wrong. That's why I was asking you all these questions.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I want to do everything I can to not break the law. But like I said, I exercise with music, coming out. Am I breaking the law then? I don't want to do that. What's the standard? That's why I'm trying to ask you all these questions.
Like I said, sir, like I said, and this is, I don't know how many times I've repeated myself. If your neighbors hear it and it bothers them and they call, there's going to be a problem.
So that's the standard.
And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to tell you and I'm going to ask you to identify.
Look, if that's what you're saying, the standard, then that's okay. Look, I believe you 100% fine. Could I please have the statute? Can you help me out with that, please?
I don't have it with me, sir.
Oh, I don't know.
It's in the office.
Oh, you guys don't have a computer or something? That you guys? I thought you guys, like, whenever you the what?
What's your date of birth? Are you a wanted person?
I wanted person.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that's why people don't want to identify.
No, you can't do that. No. People don't want to identify, or some people don't want to identify because they're a wanted person. Some people just, they want their privacy. I want to be a private person.
Okay.
I don't want to give out my information to anybody, and that should be.
Typical police tactics, right? Like if you're, it still gets really good. I'm not.
If you're not a bad guy, then what's such a bad thing?
Exactly, typical police tactics. All right, but yeah, that's why. Like, and I'm not gonna fall for any of that stuff. Like, I know what you're trying to do. Don't lump me in as a criminal, okay? Because I respect my privacy.
But
There's plenty more, and I guarantee you, it gets really good. All right, so here we go.
My right? That's an honorable thing to do. I abide by the law. I don't break the law. I don't do anything illegal. And so I should be respected for enjoying my privacy.
100%.
Like, come on.
Okay,
you pigeonholed me as a criminal. What's going on here?
When you say that you want to be what's it called, a reserved citizen or whatever you said right now,
private citizen, like every single citizen.
Then a private citizen, sir, you wouldn't have the loud music, right? Because
I don't know. Well, okay, now we're creating our own standard. Look, let's not argue about. What I'm trying to say is, I don't want to give you my date of birth. I want to play loud music, but I don't want to bother anybody. Okay. And I don't want to give people my date of birth. Oh, I want to have a date of birth.
it's
I want
not
to be
people,
born.
it's me.
Yeah.
This is gonna go in a report, and the only persons that can get those reports, sir, is either you, as a open records request, or anybody else that makes an open record.
An open record.
But
It's public
they
information.
have no, it's not public information, sir. they have to make an open records request.
Yeah, that's public. Anything that you can, if you can make an open, if you make an open records request, it's public information.
It becomes public to them.
No, to anybody. Well, yeah, to them is the public. Them is anybody that makes a request.
Exactly.
Like
What's
that.
So
that
what you're
camera
saying?
footage, anybody could call in and say, "I want that camera footage." That's
You have
public
to make
information.
a open records
yeah,
request.
records request. Yeah,
Okay.
open. Yeah,
And that's it.
That's open
Once-
for public consumption. Anybody can make that request.
Anybody, exactly.
Yeah.
But who's anybody? Who goes?
Any U.S. citizen
But who goes to the PD?
goes.
How many times have you gone to the PD and asked for open records request?
I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna get that video. I want to see myself on camera.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
All right.
Hey, look. Look. Like I said, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. If you could get me the actual ordinance, please do that. If you can't, then fine. I'll look it up. I don't. If you at least have the numbers saying that I know what to look for. Just some way, or if you could write down some way that I could find it, like that would help me out a lot. Please.
You can go to the PD and request it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they display them or they have them online.
Okay.
Now, you're not gonna be cited.
Yeah.
Okay. There is no reason for you not to identify. You just told me right now that you're not a wanted criminal. Okay.
Yeah,
and if you
I'm
want
a
to
law-abiding citizen. I
and
don't
if
do
you want to
anything- I don't do
remain
anything illegal.
and if you want to remain what did you
A citizen, just like
private citizen, right?
Santos in the background putting away his drums.
And drugs.
Well, I guess we're done here. He couldn't have put up those drums faster. All right, I'm sorry. All right. here we
a
go.
private.
What did you
A citizen, just like
private citizen, right?
A private citizen is a citizen.
Okay, but
Every citizen has their right to keep their stuff private. You have no right to go
But-
in and ask people like, how many children do you have? How many people are in your household? How many? All this stuff.
I'm
like,
not asking that, sir.
Yeah, no. I
was just
well,
asking
the
for
date of
your
birth is way
information.
more private than any of that stuff. I think so. I don't know. Maybe it's all
You have
subjective.
Facebook?
Whatever. All I'm saying is that I
have Facebook?
I prefer it. I don't want to give out that information. Am
Do
I
you
legally
have one?
required to give that out to or what?
Do you have one or not?
I don't want to answer.
Okay,
that
how
question.
about Instagram? Any public profile
Yeah, I
might
don't-
have your information there, your email address. It might have your that you live in a certain
I work in computers.
town.
I work in computers, and I know all about that stuff. And so
Okay.
that's why I there's plenty of information out there. If people want to find out who I am, they'll
There
find
you
out who
go.
I am. But that doesn't change my right to not. And you know what? If I want to give it out to other people, I can give it out to other people. But that's my right.
But
you
I'm
know what I
not
mean?
other people, sir. I'm
Oh,
an
you're a
officer,
person, yeah.
and I'm trying to write a report because I was dispatched
Look,
to this address.
I understand. You're a police officer trying to do your job, all this stuff. What I'm trying to say is that, like, as a police officer, you should have some type of respect for that. If anything, that's your responsibility to respect my, my right to privacy.
Your respect. I respect your right of privacy. Once you
There you
close that door, I'm not gonna go into your house if
So
I'm
if
not
my door's
requested.
open, you could go in or what?
If your door's open, then yes, I can technically walk inside the garage and ask you questions because you were playing the loud music.
You got that on your camera too? Or what? I'm make sure.
Yes.
All right, just making sure.
Camera's on, sir.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go off until I leave.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
I respect that.
Unit camera, everything's on.
Yeah, that's good. Look,
All right.
look, like I said, I wasn't trying to give you a hard time from the beginning. I
Okay.
was asking, okay, well, like I don't get it. Help me understand it. And I'm not saying it because I'm against you or want to argue with
It's
you or all
real
that stuff.
It super simple.
I don't break the law. I want to know how I cannot break the law. I want to play music with my friends, but I don't want to break the law.
Feel free to play music with your friends
Yeah.
where it doesn't bother anybody.
I have
If
no,
it bothers anybody, sir, in your surrounding area, then yeah, there's gonna be a problem. I'm
See-
gonna get dispatched.
see what you just said. I have zero control over that.
I have zero control over that too. But I got dispatched. I'm here.
This is a Primera thing or what?
We're asking for your information. And yes, it's a Primera City ordinance.
Because usually cities have like some type of objective standard that they require their officers to enforce, and if they don't, that puts you in a messed up situation.
Okay. We enforce music all the time.
Yeah, no,
Loud music.
I understand. Every other city enforces
Loose dogs. music,
Every other city
junk
enforces.
vehicles,
Yeah,
permits.
Every city enforces stuff like that. But you understand what I'm saying, right? Every other city, or I would imagine most cities have an objective.
And how about you talk to an attorney and find out when and when not to identify or give your date of birth?
Yeah.
That would be better than asking me, because I'm not your attorney.
Well, you're a public servant, aren't you? You're supposed to help me
I'm
out.
telling you that you need to identify, but you don't want to.
Well, yeah. Okay, look, I don't want to unless I'm how do you say it? I'm threatened to be arrested. Then yeah, sure, I'll give you everything you want. But that's why you're supposed to be a public servant. You're supposed to help me out. Like, look, you're not legally required to give this, but if but it would help me out to do my report. Then like, hey, look, I respect you. I don't want to bother you all this stuff, but I'd rather not give out my information. But if you were to tell me straight out, like, look, I respect your right to privacy. You have that right. But if you don't give it to me, I'm legally required to put you under arrest.
I told you.
And the second that those words came out of your mouth, because I wanted to make it clear, and that's why I wanted to make it clear on camera that if I don't give you my date of birth, will you arrest me? And then once you make that 100% clear, then yeah, sure, take whatever you want. Look, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I want to have my own privacy, and I don't, and I don't want to break the law.
Okay. Like I said, sir.
So I'm saying, look.
You're saying that we're subjective, or I don't know what you were saying right now.
No, literally, you're saying that the law is subjective. I'm not saying that.
No, you said.
No. I would imagine that this, whatever the ordinance is, would have some type of measurable, objective standard. But you are saying the opposite. You're saying if anybody complains.
No, the measurable.
That's subjective. That's like the definition of subjective.
The measurable says any amplified music.
Yeah.
Keyword being any amplified.
Yeah.
So you have a little radio.
Yeah.
And that's, or Bluetooth.
Yeah.
And it's playing to a loudspeaker. That loudspeaker is amplified.
Yeah.
Some sort. It has some wattage in it.
Yeah.
Okay. I can stop and talk to you.
Yeah, any type of music is amplified. That's why there's a decibel standard. Every city has decibel requirements.
Well, that's.
If you
how come you don't attend a city meeting and bring that to the city?
Well, this is the first time I'm hearing about this. I would have thought there was some type of decibel requirement. We were talking about that. They're like, man, we need to get one of those machines so we could go out to the street and make sure that we're under it. But now it doesn't even matter if we were to get a machine. Anybody could complain. Like, we could be whispering to each other. If anybody hears a peep, then they could complain. I'm not saying that's going to happen. What I'm trying to say is that's the difference between an objective and subjective standard. And that's a problem. And you're right. Maybe if that's truly the standard that anybody can complain about, literally the definition of music is that it's amplified to some decibel level, then yeah, that's a huge problem for BMAT.
Which, stay tuned. That's not even the case, okay? But we'll talk about it afterwards.
You don't know what amplified means, Mickey.
Shut the hell.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you look under the law, they can complain about anything,
Yeah.
right? They can complain about anything. If you're out here in the street and you're working on your car, and somebody sees that you're in danger or some sort of danger to them, or whatever, they can complain about it.
Yeah.
They can complain about anything.
Yeah.
And guess who's gonna come out here and say, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
We met police officers.
Yeah.
And we look like, what do we look like? Yeah, when we come out here and tell you, hey, bring your music down, we look like bad guys, right?
I don't believe that for a second.
Sir?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you this just an advice, okay?
Yeah.
Here it comes.
If an officer stops you in your vehicle,
Yeah.
he stops you for a traffic violation,
Yeah.
or other than a traffic violation,
Yeah.
then you have to identify.
Yeah.
Okay? Name, date of birth.
Yeah.
Okay. Same when they get to your house because you're playing loud music. You have to identify.
Yeah.
Okay? Name and date of birth. That's
Yeah.
it. Now, your phone number and other information like your social, more personal, then
Yeah.
that's you don't have to give that.
Okay, look.
Here we go.
Look, here's what is separation. And I'm saying this as a nice guy. I'm not trying to be mean. If you were to come here and say, okay, I need your name and I need your social security number, wouldn't it be my responsibility to ask if that's required, and your responsibility to tell me if that's required. And that's exactly what I was doing. It's my responsibility to to ask you, okay, well, am I required to do that? And it's your
No,
responsibility.
you were giving me an ultimatum. You were giving me, am I gonna get arrested?
Well, okay, what does that mean? Is it illegal if I don't give you my
Yes.
my ID? That's
Yes.
what, and that's exact. And what did I say? Right after that, I said, okay, I'll give you my ID. No problem. I'll give you my date of birth. No problem. That's
All
why I
right,
look, but that's why I don't know. Maybe you interact with too many people who hate cops or whatever. But I don't hate cops. I don't have anything against cops. I don't dislike cops or any of this stuff. And that's why when you came over here, I was expecting a friendly face. I was expecting like, hey, what are you guys
This is
playing?
just my
and all
face.
this
I
stuff.
can't change it.
Ah, come on. You know what I mean. Come on. This is what I'm trying to say. Cops drive here all the time.
I'm one of those officers.
Okay, and I talk to cops all the time. I see them. I interact with them. All this stuff. I was expecting another friendly face. I was expecting somebody to talk to me and like interact with me or all this stuff. But instead, I don't know. You thought I was arguing with you or something. And I'm trying to ask, like, first of all, okay, well, what's the decibel level? Okay, well, what's the what are the deal? What are we doing? What are we doing that's illegal? And then second of all, same thing. If you're to ask me for my social security number, I'd ask you the same exact question. If I don't give you my social security number, like, will you arrest me? Is it illegal for me not to give you my social security number? There's nothing wrong with me doing that. And that's why, look, I don't know who you interact with. I don't know cops.
I got here and I told you, I got dispatched here for the loud music.
Yeah.
You guys playing the loud music.
Yeah. And
I
what
need
did
your name. You're the owner, okay? I need
Yeah.
name, date of birth.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go to my PD and do a report that I made contact with you to bring the music down.
Yeah,
That's it.
okay, but that's not okay. Look, I understand that's how you came about and did it. But like, please understand where I'm coming from. To where when you came about, what did I say? I thought I'd see another friendly face as I see every other day when I interact with cops. I thought we'd have a conversation. I thought you'd be, willing to go more into depth. Like, well, it's because this and this and that and the ordinance, and I know other cities have this and all this stuff, but we don't have that. You could say it's a problem. Go complain all this stuff. Maybe I could get, how you said, I could go get the statute for you, all this stuff, or get you that information.
It's my
that's
rights,
fine,
Joe.
but, like, I really didn't expect, escalation that quick for me asking basic questions, just the same questions that I would ask you if you were to ask me for my social, or if you were to enforce any other law. I'm just asking. I don't want to break the law. That's why I'm asking for the details. And I think that's my responsibility as a law-abiding citizen. That I'm trying. Look, I don't want to bother anybody. I don't want to break the law. That's not what I do. And so that's why, like, when I'm asking all these questions, I'm not saying it because I'm trying to, like, fight with you. I'm saying it because I thought I was interacting with another friendly face. I thought I was interacting with the same cops that I, see all the time.
And which officers do you see all the time?
I don't know. I don't know their names. I just know that when they drive by, like, sometimes, like, I've had officers even talk to us while we're playing. Yeah, but not, after a complaint. Yeah, but I don't know. I just thought I thought it would be a different reaction, and then all of a sudden, like, you're raising your voice and stuff, like, hey, dude, I'm not trying to argue with you. So just keep my name. You have my date of birth too.
Here we go.
But look, I don't break the law. I don't do anything wrong. So if you interact with me again, just know I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to, like, challenge you or anything. Like, I see you as I see you as a public servant in the most respectable way possible. Being a public servant is one of the best. Being a servant in general is one of the best things you could do. So, like, so that's why I'm not trying to fight you. I'm not trying to, like, say that, you're this or all this stuff. Or, oh, why do we have to do that? I don't want to break the law. And that's why I'm asking you these questions. That's why, and I also want to keep my own privacy. And I think that's my responsibility, to keep my own privacy. But, like, look, if that's breaking the law, then fine, I'll give it to you, no problem.
All right. It sounded like you wanted to go around the law. And I'm not trying to. I think we're done.
I don't break the law. Let me make that 100% clear. Look, if you ever drive by here again and you see me, say hi, please. Okay, because like that's why you'll see that I don't break the law. I don't do anything wrong. I don't, you know, and that's why look. If you were to ask me for my social security number and I ask like, am I required to give that? That's not me trying to go around the law. That's my responsibility.
Okay.
To ask
To
you those
protect your
questions.
social, right?
Exactly. And the same
Okay.
thing with my date of birth. That's my responsibility.
Your date of birth identifies you.
Yeah, and so does my social security. So does my name. So does there's a bunch of stuff there.
Your name, there's plenty of names like that.
Yeah, there's plenty of date of births too. Like
And date of birth, it brings more information from
so
you.
does it social. It brings it down to one person. Come on.
Yeah, but we don't ask for socials.
Yeah, exactly, and that's my responsibility to know
We ask
what
for
I'm
your
legally
name, your
required
date
to
of
give.
birth, and I just advise you that you are legally required to give me your name and date of birth because I'm here because I got dispatched. If I was here voluntarily, then you don't have to even tell me your name, sir.
Look, when I asked you that question, like I don't know exactly how I asked you verbatim, but you didn't directly answer it. You said like, "Give me your name. I need your name," and like it was to her. Like, am I legally required to give it to you? That's what I'm trying to make clear. Because if that's the case, I'll do it 100%.
Okay.
I'm not trying to skirt around the law. If that was the
Look, we're almost done. I'll explain it right now, Joe. We'll go through everything. We'll go through the laws, whether we broke laws, whether there was a rights violation.
We'll break it down in slow motion.
Exactly. All right, so here we go. Just a little bit more.
case, then I don't know. You would. I don't know. I'd be in a lot of trouble.
All right, sir. The next time I see you here, I'll stop and say hi.
All right, I appreciate it, Officer.
Have a good one.
Have a good rest of your Sunday.
Look at him walking away as I'm trying to tell, hey, have a great rest of your Sunday. Again. That's so messed up. Like, come on, dude. Even after this, I'm trying to be friendly. Yeah. Well, yeah, that was pretty much, that was the whole interaction. Thank you. 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 Thank you.
So just been Mickey gives cop a hard time.
All right. So first, I want to address the whole. Why'd you keep the conversation so? Oh, just stop talking. All this stuff. Shut up. Honestly, most of the criticism came from Joe, and I'm pretty sure every cop is like salivating at Joe, the law-abiding citizen, which I also am. All right. So first of all, why did I keep talking? I kept talking throughout the whole thing because the second, if I'm being 100% honest, the two reasons. Oh, let me give the first one. Okay, two reasons. One of them was my whole point was that I wanted to make it clear that it did not have to be approached the way that it was approached. He didn't have to be that disrespectful. He didn't have to escalate it that quickly. And there is a scenario, a legal scenario, to where he totally respects that I don't want to give him my date of birth, and he doesn't need it. That's the first reason. And so I'm trying to communicate that to him that, hey, it didn't need to be this way. Look, just understand where I'm coming from. I wasn't trying to give you a hard time. This is the reason why I didn't want to give you my date of birth. Look, if I'm legally required to give it to you, then
arrest me.
Then no. If I'm legally required to give it to you, then I'll give it to you. That's not the problem. The problem.
Then arrest me.
The problem is I just need that clarified. And after that's clarified, I have no problem. So I'm trying to help. I'm trying to have him understand where I'm coming from. So that way, I hope, maybe not. Maybe if he has other people have that same interaction with them, then he'll start to see a trend, and then he might consider it. He might consider, like, do you know what? I was coming in here, and just like every other noise complaint, think of every noise complaint that's ever happened. What do the cops do? Do they write people up right away? No, they tell them, like, hey, could you bring it down? And that's screw you, Joe. And so that's why.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say he probably snapped on the next call.
he probably shot the next person that he
Because he started asking questions and he was like, "Fuck this."
It may have just ruined his day too, where the next person really got his wrath.
Oh man.
Okay, so that was one reason. And the second reason, and I'm going to be totally honest, the second that I found out that his body cam footage was still recording, I was thinking,
How long can I go?
Yeah, I was thinking, let's keep this going, baby. Let's keep this
man.
At a certain point, I was pretty much performing for the camera. Like there was spots to where it was totally unnecessary to talk. It could have been total quietness, but I was like, no, I need to keep things going, the conversation going. So I don't know. It is so okay. So that's the reason for that. With that being said, there's two legal issues at hand. Okay, and so the first one is the noise city ordinance. Did we violate the noise city ordinance? What are the details for the city ordinance?
Apparently you did.
And the second one was the rights violation. Did he violate my Fourth Amendment right by requiring me to ID? And so
Was he in your house?
and so we got we actually did get some legal consultation.
Was he in your garage?
What?
Was his foot inside your garage?
I did tell him to come by next time and say hi. Which
No. But I'm saying like when he walked.
wait,
up,
hold on. Well, yeah, but like I kind of, in a way, I kind of regret doing that because if he took it the wrong way, then it might be an unpleasant series of hellos from this point on.
Dude, if you see him, you have to tell him hi now.
Especially, no, I will. But especially if he
Hey,
sees,
come on inside.
especially if he sees this video,
He's like,
if he sees this video, it'll turn our relationship into a totally different light.
what's his name?
It might not go well. I don't want to say it. I really, this isn't about
Where does he live? Where does he live?
Exactly. It's going to be very awkward from now on. No, he didn't step inside the garage.
Man, if he did, it would have been so like, jeez.
Okay, so the noise violation. There's two things about that. He definitely did not know any details about the ordinance. There is a decibel level. They have certain laid out requirements for amplified music, which is the speakers, for drums, which are the drums, and then also for the instruments. All three of those have three different criteria that you need to meet in order to be, we're violating all of them. So, like, without a doubt, we were violating the ordinance. However, after getting legal consultation, this city ordinance is crap. It's horribly drafted. And because it's so horribly drafted and organized, they really did like a catch-all at the end. They said, okay, you need to meet this criteria, this criteria, this criteria. And then at the end, if anybody complains, if a reasonable person complains and says that it's disturbing the peace, then you're in violation of the ordinance. So you could be doing everything right, but if somebody complains, then you're violating the ordinance. And so, like, that is like the most pathetic like criteria for for obeying the law. Like, it's just it's crap. It's too subjective. And this is what a lot of cities like fall victim to where like whoever drafts like these ordinances or city requirements, it's crap. Like, they're so lazy to where like it just I don't know. It's crap. Okay. And
It's Mickey Gonzalez for city commissioner.
but with that being said, we did even though he didn't know the details of the ordinance, we were very much violating it, which I assume so. We played way too loud, and we just really hoped that nobody complained about it. So, no doubt about that. We very much violated the ordinance. Okay. Okay. And then, so did he violate my First Amendment right? Here's where it gets a little murky, is that it would have to be arguable. It's very difficult. Look, if you are under suspicion of, if you're detained or under arrest, and you can be detained, we broke the city ordinance. So he could, like, technically, we could have at that moment been detained while he was doing his investigation, and then he could ID me. However, we all know that's not how it goes down. Every cop goes, they show up to a noise complaint and they said, hey, no music. And like, okay, if they stop playing music, which we didn't play music after that. Then
they should have kept playing. Yeah, Steven, they should have just kept like
he knew
practicing.
He knew he knew he was gonna walk away with us just getting without getting us a slap on the wrist, warning, nothing. So he could have he didn't need my date of birth for his report. The only reason why he wanted my date of birth was for the report.
Well, he threatened you with tickets.
And so you don't, no. And that's why it wasn't until after the fact that, so like, here's where it could get a little gray, but it's too arguable. It's too arguable to where like, I cannot imagine winning this like in court. Like it would be, they always side on the side of police. So I can't imagine winning this in court. But in the case that like, let's say, he said, okay, what's your name? Okay, my name's Mickey. And then I asked him, am I in trouble? Am I going to get a ticket or am I being detained right now? If he were to say no at that point and still require me to give my date of birth, then there could be an argument that I wasn't legally required to give my, to like be charged with failure to identify. But it's too arguable to where there's too much going on their side. We broke the ordinance. There's too much room for him to, I don't know. It would be way too difficult. So, look, I feel 100% comfortable saying that there was no rights violation. There was no...
no, I think your rights were violated.
Whatever. Okay. So you broke the law. It was a city ordinance, Jerry, okay? But with that being said, look, this is what I was trying to communicate the whole time, is that, like, it's always been a you against me. It's always been against, like, okay, cops have been trained to, like, what can we get away with? What can we get away with demanding from citizens? And it shouldn't be that way. It should be to where, like, look, it would help me out to do this report, but I know I'm not going to give this guy a ticket. Like, I know I'm just going to give him a warning, and he actually wants his privacy. So, like, I had that ability. I have that discretion to, like, okay, first name, last name. He says he was the homeowner. I'll just write out my report. No big deal. He has that ability 100%, but they've been trained and conditioned for so long just to, like, it's us against them. You know what I mean? Like, oh, if they don't do what I tell you to do, then you pigeonhole them just like every other criminal. And that's why, like, look, it's so messed up. What makes it so messed up is for, like, people like Joe who say, like, oh, you believe we live in a utopia or all this stuff. Like, that's how far we've come from what police officers really are. We've come so far to we think, like, oh yeah, sure, the cops will respect your rights. Oh yeah, sure, the cops will empathize. Oh yeah, sure, the cops will see that, hey, you know, like, hey, a little bit of noise, like, no big deal. They stopped. You know, there's no reason to raise my voice. There's no reason to get angry. There's no reason. Some people would take that as...
No, Mick, you're acting like a teenager and he needs to yell
at you.
Oh,
shut up.
You're acting like a punk teenager.
Oh, my God.
Somebody needed to put you in your place.
What's your problem, dude? Whatever. But that's why, like, this is how far we've come from what police are supposed to be. And that's why, like, I'm trying to be on their side. Like, it's difficult for me to stand up for police when we have people just totally, like...
I think it was because you started laughing at him.
Oh, that's why JB took it that way.
Not like laughing, but kind of like you just laugh when you're nervous and you're like, I'm not going to give you my identity. Like, you know? Like,
I didn't tell him.
And so people can take that the wrong way, though.
Okay, cops...
And it sounds like he took it the wrong way.
Okay, he took it the wrong way, 100%. Look, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying... And that's why I made it clear. I'm making it clear right now. I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm not trying to... I'd rather not. I'm being honest. I'd rather not. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Ugh. All right. Any other words, JB? Damn it.
No, I just feel like he kind of did violate your rights. Like, he threatened you and then he was going to give you a ticket, but then he didn't give you a ticket because, like, he just wanted to teach you a lesson.
Exactly. He gave me a ticket.
What lesson?
He gave me a ticket out of retaliation. Or he was going to give me a ticket out of retaliation.
That was kind of like, fuck. Like, I wouldn't.
Exactly. Because he was just going to write a report, just like any other report when they do a call. And right after I said, like, look, I'd rather not give you my date of birth. He's like, all right, I'm going to write you a citation. And then now I'm going to write you another citation. Like, dude, come on.
And he was just coming up with things to cite you for. Like, not even like tangible
I just like
things.
he was like, I'm gonna keep writing you tickets. I'm like, what are the other
You know
ones?
what? I'm gonna write you a ticket for that friend there too for talking too much.
I smell something. That's why it's just where like I'm gonna write you more tickets. What are the other tickets for? After a certain point, yeah. I think,
What was the second one?
I'm getting lost with all these tickets that you're writing me. Could you help me?
Man.
Oh man, that's why. Look,
I don't know how I would handle you if I was a cop. Like, honestly,
dude, just act like a decent human
the
being, man.
The taser would come out.
Oh my gosh.
He's not complying.
That's why I just wish, like,
Comply.
dude, just act like a decent human being. I'm not being mean. I'm not being disrespectful. Like, I just rather not. I'm sorry. I want my privacy. And like, man,
See, but like, I don't know how you could argue like the neighbor was just trying to get at you.
yeah. Well, the neighbor.
Using the cops, like that's not right either.
Yeah, bro, man. Just Mickey got tased. Best episode.
We'll put it on for this year.
That would suck, man.
In that chair. Oh man.
Yeah, and let me play something because I had a few people reach out to me. I had a few people, talk to me about this. And look, unfortunately, that's why maybe I look like a jerk for doing it. Maybe I look like I'm being difficult for doing this. But
people don't know you.
look, the reason why I kept the conversation going as long as I did, the reason why I was so passionate about it and I kept going was for this reason alone. This same sentiment, and I hope this person doesn't mind me playing this. This same sentiment was given to me by multiple people. I'm trying to convince this officer to put himself in a situation where he's not,
Where he's a citizen.
where he doesn't reflect the police department like other people see him. And do you know how the police department sees him? Or hold on, look. Maybe you could guess who this is.
They don't even have a department.
Yeah, brother, I saw that you were going to post it later on. I might take a gander at it, to be honest. I'm glad you're all right, though, bro. I remember you did talk about auditing the cops, and I know police here, bro, they're hard-headed, they're stubborn, ignorant, arrogant sometimes. Some are pretty cool if you can relate with them, talk about sports and they become your friend or something, but most of these guys, dude, they're fucking low IQ motherfuckers, bro.
I've gotten so many sentiments like that. So many people saying the same thing. Yeah, saying the same thing about that. And man, it looks like our connection's a little choppy. Oh, that sucks. All right. But yeah, I just want to, end with that. I'm trying to convince this officer, not for my own benefit, or for my benefit, but also like for their benefit, that they're not looked at this way. Because too many people look at police officers this way. And I don't. I'm trying to help them out.
I know like 2 or 3 of them that roll.
Yeah. And
I don't think they have low IQs.
no, okay, look, what I'm trying to say, this is the outlook, right? This is the outlook that I've had so many people tell me this about these officers. And so look, I'm saying this for your own benefit. I don't want people to look at you in a horrible light, but they do right now. So come on, dude, let's start treating people like
Let's fix that.
Let's fix that.
Let's
Exactly.
fix it.
Please. Okay.
Let's put some more respect on you.
All right, there you go. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. We'll try to get in trouble more often so that way we can request the body cam footage afterwards. I don't know
We should just go pick up random footage.
I don't know. Oh, that's a good point.
Can we? Can we just be like, hey, just give me all of today's body counts?
No, do you know? I don't know. We'll talk about it afterwards. Whatever. Okay. This is Shut up, Joe. All right, but thank you all for watching. We appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, we'll try to get in trouble more, or I don't know. I don't know if I could afford to do this as much. So we're gonna try to put JB on the front lines.
Yeah.
We're gonna get him in a
We
little
need
bit of
y'all to
trouble.
watch. Just be there.
Yeah.
In case something does go down.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know with cops.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, have a good one, y'all, and enjoy the rest of your Monday. Good night. JB's nice.